Hi everyone, time for another update. So just thought I'd start off in here today. You don't need to see the drive and how many piles of crap we've bought over the last week or two since I've done the last video, because we haven't actually, I don't think we've bought any more crap. Builders have had a week off, they've been fishing in France, and just back today, and yeah, well, quick tour around in here. There you go, that's the gazebo over and done with. Very nice indeed. Love sitting out here. It's been a godsend during COVID, when people weren't allowed in your house and you're only allowed to meet outside. So yeah, when it rained, quick dive in here. One mob there, one mob there. It's about 8 or so metres apart. And yeah, I've just thrown the barbie on, ready for a quick bit of grub tonight. There's my makeshift deck. Did a bit of weeding at the weekend. Looks a bit better. Kids can get to their toys now at last, bless them. And yeah, anyway, so guys are back today, and I did a day dry fitting plumbing. So I thought I'd show you that. Still haven't got fiberglass in these rooms. Various challenges, but as you can see, it's from the last video. You might remember this was wet. So it looks like our tanking mess has done the job. It's dried out. It's done the job in here as well, though there is a slight weep, so we're going to buy another product that we used on the bottom of a fitting in the pool which was leaking, which can basically be stuffed on wet joints where there's sort of water under pressure coming in and still manages to go off and set. So anyway, more importantly, that's 2 of the 3 drums roughly sighted in place. We've rebaited the feeds into the bio chamber there, so obviously I lose a little bit of insulation, but since this area is insulated anyway, I don't think that's a problem. And that's so that we can jump down there, recess the slide valves, get them in a bit tighter, and that's just dry fitted at the moment, obviously, just to mess that around. Not a lot of room. We've made this leaf catcher box, which is going to get fiberglassed in, and under here you will see the 3 feeds from the skimmers. So that will go in there and catch any leaves, big shit, and then some tank connectors fitted in reverse so that they're still giving a bit of structural protection to the pipe. Pipe's going to go right up to there, but yeah, we've been very careful to make sure that the pipe's long enough for the rubber to fit back over it, so that I can then pull the drum out if need be, although it is going to be very tight. Waste is going to be a bit of a challenge, so I made this, well, it's just a test at the minute. I'm going to do it on a pillar drill later, because it's I just did this by hand, but yeah, basically that's just a bit of 4-inch waste. Fittings on these Draco drums are 110 metric rather than imperial, so they're actually ever so slightly narrower than the 4-inch, which is kind of handy. But yeah, we just test cut that in the side, so I'm going to do that on the pillar drill so it's nice and perfectly straight. Basically my waste will just drop straight in there, and then it goes through a hole in the floor to underneath the pit. So that's the skimmer drum at the end. I was going to say, I thought someone's burning something, but it's my barbecue's just lit. Then this is the first of the 2 drums that does the 4 bottom drains. So you'll see, I don't know if it will show on the camera, but somewhere down there you should see. There you go. Come on, you can zoom focus on that. There you go. There's one pipe and there's the other pipe. So yeah, they've got to have their ball valves put on them down there yet. And these are the air feeds, obviously. And then you can just imagine the T-piece sitting there, another little pipe and a little connector into that. And then we'll just put a bit of pipe in there, and then we'll sit the amalgam in the top of 2 of these. I've got 2 80-watt amalgams now, so I'll probably put one on each drum on one of the 2 feeds. And yeah, do the same with the wastes, build a couple more of them, mark them in the floor. I should get them marked in tomorrow morning and cut. It won't take long to do those now. Everything else is drilled. And then we just got to, didn't think about this at the time, but down there you've got a little drain valve for emptying out the drum. So we'll get some fittings, put an elbow on that and put a little hole in the floor and pop that through. Once all that's done, this lot will all come back out, and this board will come out, taking us back to the frame, and the bottom of the room will get fiberglassed up to and over the frame, then this can go back on top, and the bottom of the board will get fiberglassed and then fiberglass over the top. Get all that built in, fiberglassed in, so that we've got water running through now. Hopefully that should work nicely. And then I'll show you what I've got down here. I'll just jump down. Hopefully I get eaten by cable on the way. I'm not sure how well it's going to show because it's dark, obviously, down here. And it'll take me a little time because I'm not as flexible as you used to be. Let's see what you can see. Oh yeah, you can see. So yeah, down there, that's two of the skimmers from the middle one from the far end near the house, and then this one on the back wall there is from the end of the pond that's furthest from the house. Over there you've got two 2-inch returns, mid-level returns going off. I've got 3 2-inch outlets from the bio tank, just in case I need them for pumped returns. I've got drain now, and then obviously over here you can see the 4 bottom drains. These all need cleaning up. We just got to put the ball valves on these. We've managed to squeeze 3 ball valves on the poles, on the 4-inch uprights over there today. We're just taking them all back out. And yeah, so this room's designed to get a bit wet. It will get fiberglassed. You can see it made a bit of a start, but since the floor was in such a bad way, we decided to call it off and have another go later. So yeah, there's a little bit of water laying in there from rain, but that's it. And there is just a little bit seeping in, so we're going to get a bit more gear around there. But yeah, this room is designed to get wet. In fact, in the middle there, you've got a drain, which is, that's actually coming from the sunken patio. And that comes all the way down because it sort of falls nicely here. And then in that corner over there, there's a bit of a hole, and we will be putting a sump pump down there with a, you know, like a water activated switch. But basically all the drains from above, so ignore that that's been cut in half. That was me playing earlier, but that's where the waste out of that first drum is. So that will just drop down here, as will another one from here and here, and then the wastes will drop for the drains on the drum. If they're ever empty, will be over there. That hole in the far corner is where the pipe for the this waste, this surplus water on the floor will get pumped away and taken away to a rainwater harvesting tank. And then yeah, hopefully we can keep all the electrics at this end of the room. They all come through here, and that should hopefully enable them to stay away as far as possible from the wet area. So excuse me while I climb out of my hole. Guess we'll get a ladder in here at some point. We'll have some trap doors, like big cellar doors on here, hinged, with some gas struts to aid the lifting when we get that far. So yeah, no more progress in there. As I said, fiberglass we popped round, and then we had to change a heart because it wasn't going quite well. So down here, I'll start this side. These walls have been rendered. We've run out of material. So yeah, the tight coat on the top's not done at this end, and yeah, that wall's not done at all yet. We've lifted some of the slabs up because we was pooling water over here rather than it run into the drain. That's the drain that I mentioned that goes all the way around the edge of the pond, and that's what's in the bottom of that room over there. Still, if I hadn't shown it to you in the last video, that's improper now, that's not going nowhere. 5 rods of 25mm steel all the way down to the floor, in there and then filled with concrete. Actually, I think in the last video they were wet. A little bit of fiberglass dressing on there, but yeah, this has all been sanded back, and obviously we've got a couple of bits that delaminated to repair, and then top coat to go on, and obviously the 2 back rooms. So still not there. Glass is on order, that's about 3 weeks away. So that's coming from Tuffex. But yeah, it's starting to take shape every day. And then what we got over here since the last video? Oh yeah, the triangle's a bit of an addition, possibly. So the feature you can, or the triangle you can see laid out there. I might put a, well, roughly there, sort of, I don't want to call it a bar properly because there won't be an inside to it for people to stand behind, but sort of like a little structure, a bit like a bar, but where you serve yourself from the outside. So I can get a fridge and a sink and maybe a freezer or some ice or something there. This is the buffer tank for the deck level pole. This is all fiberglass now, so that should yeah, be working. It's just got to have some insulation on the top before it gets sealed up. I think I'm nearly done in here. Believe it or not, the tilers have been back, and then we've run out of materials again. So oh, a couple of missing tiles for some reason down there. Not sure how well this is going to show, but you've seen this before. But yeah, this is all tiled and grouted now. It's just waiting to be cleaned. Actually, the floor's not grouted in here, which is probably something to do with the fact that they said they've run out of material in here again. Still a little bit to do around here. We've changed our mind. We had a pair of opening doors there. We're trying to tile them in, but I think it's a bit beyond the tilers, if I'm honest. As you can see, it's not kind of brilliant. It's not, well, I think it could have been better, but there you go. It is what it is now. So yeah, this all got to be dressed up, but now we're going to change this to a single big door and fit a mirror to it, so that when it opens it's all one big panel, so that you can get to that, and when the mirror shuts it will kind of cover over the borders. Sort all that out. Sauna's moved on a bit, got a bit of missing trim. Put the floor in. It's just got to be fixed. Got a little bit more to finish around there, and then that can go round. Lights up. I did ask them to put it in the corner, and I think that's their idea of the corner, whereas it's actually got an angle on it, so it's designed to be fitted in a corner. So I don't know, we might move that. Swimming pool. It's got tiles everywhere. Awfully tiled. Did I say awfully or awfully tiled? I don't know, you decide. Actually, I shouldn't really knock it too much. It will look good. I just got a bit peed off with the way things have gone along the way. And yeah, run out of materials again. Grouted, not grouted. All the way up there. No grout on the floor, all the way up to the top. And some bits around the top here. No grout. No grout, no grout, no grout. All run out. So yeah, we're off to make another order for more materials. But the polishing team is booked on the 21st of August, I think. So they'll be in with their big buffing machines to sort of bring the surface all back to brand new. So it should look pretty awesome then. And then the silica man's booked in the following day on the 22nd. So he'll kind of do all up the joins and along the floors and around the edges. And he'll also do, like that line you can see there is, that's one of the expansion cuts. There's one there, there's another one there, there's another one there. So yeah, they're like every 3 meters, I think, or roughly. they've kind of been tied in with whether there's wherever there's a penetration in the wall. So there's like a return pipe over there. So there's one cut through that, one at the top of the stairs there, another one there, and then one there, and one there. Yeah, they're everywhere basically. So hopefully it won't crack again. Bit of water sitting in the bottom, but that's just from the rain. And yeah, that's what the covers look like, so you won't see them. So huzzah, nearly there. I have steel from the steel company with a frame to mount the water jet, so that's cool. So I'm going to get that on the wall this week as well. And today, 3 of the guys have been filling this up by hand, bless them. So yeah, they're nearly done. They're this end, as you can see, has been filled, and I think up here, yeah, hopefully you can see that, but I think that's about one block to go, and then from about here it kind of drops down to 2 blocks to go. So yeah, just a bit more to go around there, and that'll be that done, and we'll start the craziness of making this grotto thing come to life, which I haven't shared a photo with you yet, but it's coming. I might just keep you all in suspense and see what it looks like when it's finished, because if it's crap I'll tear it down. And yeah, no change around there, but at least this bit looks nice and finished, and we've got somewhere to sit and play with the dog when he's out. And the home automation team came back today as well. They've got a few bits to finish off on the house from a project we started 2 years ago, believe it or not, indoors. And yeah, they're just fixing a few issues on that, and then they'll move on to adding the automation to the garden. So I don't think I showed you, but over in the gazebo I've temporarily fitted up a pair of speakers. But when we started in the house, well, I had kind of this whole garden thing in mind, just was busy planning it, and yeah, so we've got like a pair of speakers out here now, and they just got an old amp temporarily hooked up to them, but there's wiring all in the ground that goes back to the house system and ties in with all of that. So we'll probably get some speakers over there by the seating area or by the hot tub, not sure yet. And yeah, so sorry, bit of a long update, but there you go. Haven't been on for a while, try not to bore you too much, and I think your bard is ready. See you guys.